Hi everyone, Shyamanth here from Hyper Automobiles, and what we have here today is a 2012 Volkswagen Polo, and we're going to review it. So we're going to show you the exterior, the interior, the boot and the engine, and we're going to tell our verdict on the car. But the bigger news than that is Lohit is with us in this video, in this very video.
Yeah.
Say hi. Okay, done.
Yeah, all right.
So before we get on to the review, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel because we have loads of content coming and you'll be notified whenever we make a new upload. Yeah. Coming to the design, we'll start the review by talking about the design of the 2012 Polo. So as you can see, you have the huge VW badge over here, and it's a very small grille which connects the two headlamps. And then over here, if you see down, there is a little bit of fake in the sides, but yeah, you can't do much about it. It's fine, I forgive it. But other than that, everything's real. You can see the radiator. And yeah, even the bonnet is pretty simple, no cuts or no aggressive. Coming to the side of the 2012 Polo, you can see that the indicator is over here and not on the mirrors. Mirrors are plain, just body colored mirrors. Coming to the wheels, yeah, these are actually hubcap, plastic hubcaps. You get 14s all around, 14-inch wheels. You get discs in the front and drum brakes in the back. So over here you have body colored door handles. You don't have any chrome or anything. Yeah, it's old, so yeah. And you don't have many body creases also. It's a pretty plain body. Yeah. And then same over here, you have the fuel cap over here. Coming to the back of the car, you can see the rear windshield is kind of medium sized. This doesn't have the shark fin antenna, this has the old pointy thing, yeah. And yeah, you can see the VW badge again over here. Coming to the chassis and suspension of this Polo, you have a McPherson strut with stabilizer bar in the front and you have a semi-independent trailing arm at the back.
So, moving to the interior.
So moving to the interior of the 2012 Polo.
The doors are pretty...
Doors are heavy, honestly. Yeah, the doors are heavy. I noticed that.
But that's alright.
That's alright.
Actually an old car. I don't know about the new Polo. I guess they reduced the weight of it.
Yes, and again we'll start off the same thing with the steering wheel again. Steering wheel is extremely thin according to me.
Like my Sandro. It's an old car.
It's a very old car and
it has the horn here.
It has two horns in the side,
yeah,
which is classic design. 3-spoke steering wheel with now coming to the instrument cluster over here. Yeah, you have a small digital display over here which displays in a few how much fuel is left and all those. You have the speedometer over here. Speedometer goes till 240 kilometers per hour. You know it won't. It goes only till maximum is 164 kilometers per hour, which is not bad for this hatch. And over here you have the tachometer / rev counter. You can see the red line is at 5000 RPM. That's so low you're thinking that's because it's a TDI. It's a diesel. And one more thing about the steering wheel, it's a tilt and telescopic adjustable steering wheel. So it's pretty much like this. You can do like this.
You can pull it out.
It's pretty much tilt and telescopic, yeah.
Yeah, it's your
which is
comfortability. That's really good.
That's very nice. And many of these cars have that. And now many modern cars have it electrically adjustable. So you don't need to do all this. And yeah, that's about it. Stocks for the lights over here and stocks for the wipers.
Also.
Wipers over here. No paddle shifter obviously because it's a manual transmission.
Which is, I appreciate it.
Yeah, correct. And Polo has always been a driver's car.
Yeah.
So now coming to the center infotainment system kind of thing.
Not bad.
It's not bad, yeah. The AC vents are huge. First things first.
Yeah. And you have one here. And you can move it like this.
Correct.
Not bad.
And here you have the hazard lamps. And this is, I don't know to call it the infotainment or the radio.
Yeah.
I think calling it a radio is better. You have a CD player over here. And yeah, it's a small digital screen which...
For changing your tunes.
Correct. And you have two toggles over here. This is for your climate controls heater. This is for the fan speed. Coming to the storage in the front, you have space over here. You have two cup holders over here. Yes, you have 12-volt socket over there. And as you can see, you have a glove box over here. Pretty deep. Yes, it opens kind of wide and it's pretty deep.
Yeah.
And then coming to the general layout of the dashboard, you have this dark color over here and the beige over here. Yeah. It's kind of contrasting, but at the same time, I feel it's kind of dull, if I'm not wrong. It's kind of dull and it feels old. Yeah, it has to feel old. And then over here, you don't have a vanity mirror, so that's kind of
old-fashioned.
Yeah. Over here and over here also just a visor which you can just eject it and then
Let's move to the back.
Now coming to the back seats of the Polo.
This car is pretty low and I did like it because it's low.
Yeah, so first things first, headroom. Headroom is good, but people over 6 foot may find it difficult, I guess.
Yeah, but it's a hatchback.
It's a hatchback. What can you expect? You get knee room, decent sized knee room. Yeah, you can't spread it out like to the fullest like a sedan.
But it's not that.
But it's not that
bad.
bad.
It won't make you uncomfortable.
It won't make you uncomfortable at the same time. You don't get a sunroof. Obviously, 2012 Polo. Can't
Yeah,
expect
yeah.
anything out of it. And coming to the storage in the back, you have these huge door pockets.
They're not that. Yeah, they are. Oh, yeah,
they're
they
very
are
deep.
actually pretty deep.
Very deep. And you have door bins, but they are extremely tiny. I don't know how to describe them. I don't know what to keep here also.
You can't keep anything.
You can't keep anything over
There's
there.
no point.
Again,
And you do have this bump.
this is one hell of a bump. So yeah, this is pretty much a four-seater
It's
now.
literally a four-seater.
Correct. You can't sit a
fit
third
more
person.
than, yeah.
If you want to seat a third person, the third person has to be with no legs.
Yeah.
And coming over, you don't have any foldable armrest or anything, which is kind of surprising. But yeah, you have two adjustable headrests. And yeah, as there's no headrest here, it's kind of a disclaimer that no one's going to sit here.
Yeah.
Anyway. And yeah, you again the door panels, you get these contrast black and beige. Generally, the build quality is okay, I would say, not the best. I think the new ones are better, and they look also
The
a bit dull.
quality is not the best.
The build quality is not the best, and it's about the back seats.
back
Let's get on with the boot. So now we come to the boot, and to open the boot, you open like a Hyundai i10 or a Mercedes
that's pretty
Benz.
satisfying.
You have to
You
just
press
press here and then
Pull it.
That is so good. It has struts, it just goes up.
Oh, yeah, that's
So what you get here is 280 liters of boot space, which yeah, it's not best in class, but it's manageable. It's
Yeah,
good.
it's pretty good.
Even the load lip is kind of high, and you have the paint. The scratch plate should have been over here, because you're going to scratch your paint sometimes, and it'll be painful to watch. But other than that, once it's done, it's good. And you have a parcel tray over here to keep extra
Yeah,
stuff.
it went up. So if you keep stuff here, it might fall.
It might fall when you open the boot, but yeah, you can disconnect it from there.
Oh, yeah,
And you can also fold the rear seats. Yeah, so about folding the seats, you have to pull a lever over here if you can see, and then you just have to pull it. Yeah, it's kind of heavy, but yeah. So this is a 60-40 split. This is a 60 and that over there is a 40. So as you can see, yeah, the seats are now folded 60-40. Yeah, I'm sorry if they're not in order, but still, they don't give you a flat floor anyway. So you have this bump over here, it's hard to load stuff. Yeah, it doesn't increase boot space by much, honestly. Let's get on the engine, shall we? So, now coming to the engine. So yeah, as you can see, it's a VW TDI, and VW are always known for their TDI, the diesel engines. It's very good of theirs, the diesel engine. So what you get here is a 1.2 liter naturally aspirated inline 4 engine. So the power output is 74 horsepower and 110 Newton meters of torque, which I guess is enough for pulling the car, but a little more power could have done. Exactly. That's about it. Yeah. So now coming to the final verdict of the Polo. What do we think of the Polo? So kind of hard, and yeah, Polo has always been a driver's car. If you drive it, you will like it. It's kind of the hot hatch of India. India doesn't have hot hatches. But
Yeah, that's pretty
if it
disappointing.
comes to hot hatches, I think this is the one.
Yeah.
For the price, we think it's a good car. It gives you what you want.
Yeah.
But I would still, this is a normal Polo. I would say that go for the Polo GT or the Polo GTI. Those two are more expensive than this, obviously.
Yeah.
But still, this itself is kind of costly compared to its competition, which makes it kind of
Disappointing,
But it gives the drivers feel
It's
it gives
worth.
you. Yes, it's worth
Yeah.
it. But I would recommend a GT or GTI. But this is fine.
Yeah.
Being the diesel, I'm so happy this is a diesel because VW is known for their diesel. Their diesels are very good. And that's what we think about the car. Let us know what you think about the car in the comments below. As always, please make sure you subscribe to our channel because we have loads of content coming, and you'll be notified whenever we make a new upload. Anyway, thanks you so much for watching. See you next week. Goodbye.